Okay, and welcome back to Tracy Kenpo Karate Orange Belt. This is lesson 11. We're going to go over techniques number 21 and 22, which are aiming the spear and raising the staff. So let's bow in and get started. Okay, the first technique we're going to look at is called aiming the spear. Now, aiming the spear is for a shoulder grab. Now, someone is going to grab your shoulder 9 out of 10 times, if not 10 out of 10 times, they're going to throw a punch. People don't just grab normally just to grab. There's something coming. There's a reason they want to control you. So this is why we're going to do this slightly different than Tracy. As I always have done, I point out the differences and explain why we do it different. Tracy will step in on aiming the spear as they throw the heel palm. We're going to step back. And the reason we're going to step back is we want to do two things. By stepping back, we're going to pull our opponent off balance. Okay? That's going to jerk them off balance, which is what we're looking to do. And that's also going to make a punch almost impossible, or if even it does get thrown, it's going to make it weak. We're stepping into them. You're stepping right into their punch. You're stepping right into it. And at this point, you haven't done anything to get them off balance. So you're basically gambling that you're going to hit him before he hits you. So in this case, we're going to step back at the exact same time. So this is just really one move. Everything happens at once. You're going to step back as they grab. You're going to throw what we call a flex lock. This is just like kind of brushing your hair back. You're going to flex that arm straight back. At the same time, you're going to heel palm their chin or their nose and get that head back, followed by a half fist to the throat. So our objective is, as they grab our shoulders and we, like this, and we step back, we want to pull them forward. So we're pulling them into that chin rather than leaving them there just standing and hoping that we hit them before they hit us. So now we're going to do it there again. We're going to step back, not forward. This is the way we do it. But if you're Tracy's, check with your instructor and make sure they don't care. If they want it more traditional, you may need to step in. But just remember, on the street, you can always step back. So on the street, we're going to step back, do a flex lock, and to a soft bow. At the same time, we're going to throw a heel palm to the chin and throat, or nose, to get the head up. So let's do that part again. So just step back, heel palm, flex block. Now this is a flex block. Okay, just like you're flexing. You're just kind of pushing your hair back. Okay, so that's all you want to do. You want to hit with this part of the arm. So as you come in, or step back, heel palm, half fist to the throat as you expose that throat. Okay, again, shoulder grab. We're assuming a punch is coming at some point. So we're going to use this as a block. At the same time, we're going to clear that arm away and jerk them further forward, and then throw a half fist to the throat. So let's do this from this angle. From here, we step back. At the same time, we're going to step back to a soft bow. We're going to flex block and heel palm as we go into our stance. Then we're going to go back into a hard bow, not back into, but we're going to go into a hard bow as we throw a half fist to the throat and back to stance. Okay? Again, this is called aiming the spear. We're going to step back as they grab us, heel palm the throat, heel palm the chin or the nose as the head goes back, half fist the throat into a hard bow as your left hand checks back to your fighting stance and ready to continue if for some reason you need to. The only reason you would need to is if your chin or your throat strike missed and hit the chin or the chest. Otherwise, the guy is down. Okay, again, they grab. We immediately, as soon as they grab, just practice heel palm thrust or heel palm flex. Okay, so get used to just doing this move at once, as strong and as hard as you can. You're going to step back, boom. Okay, so you're going to pull them right into that heel palm strike. So as they're coming forward, your heel palm's going to meet them. That's going to jerk that head back and expose that windpipe, half fist to the throat, and back to stance. Okay, from this angle, we step back, flex lock heel palm as we go to stance, half fist to throat, back into fighting stance. Again, 1, 2. Okay, last time. Flex, heel palm, half fist to the throat. Okay, we'll do it one more time from this angle because this is where you can see everything the best. One more time. Flex block just comes up right by your ear. You're just going to take your forearm and strike the arm as you clear it, and heel palm at the same time. Now you want to get to where you're doing this as soon as they grab. So don't let, at first when you're practicing, go ahead and let your opponent grab you or your partner. But then as you get better at it and you get more comfortable with it, practice going into it as you see the grab coming. Learn to read what they're doing and understand what they're doing so you can make those split-second decisions a lot better on the street. Because if you don't practice at a little bit faster speeds, when it really does happen, you're not going to really be able to make it work as well as you might like. Okay? So as you practice this, go from letting them grab you to as soon as you see that grab coming, going into this and striking them in the throat. Because your ultimate objective is never to let anyone physically get a grab or a clamp down on you. Every technique we teach, it starts off that way, but you want to get to the point that is you feel that grab. And as soon as you feel that grab coming on, that's when you go into the technique. So you never really get clamped down on. And that'll really help make a lot of these techniques work a lot better. Also keep in mind when you're doing these techniques, you're never really going to do a full technique. Now this one you might because it's only 2 moves. But a lot of the ones like kimono grab where you got 4 or 5 moves that you're going into or more, it's designed to teach you to keep striking until your opponent stops. Not because you're going to hit the guy that many times, but you don't want to get in the habit of 1 strike and that's it and you're out of there. Okay, you always want to get in the habit of continuing to strike until your opponent is completely disarmed. Okay, so last time on aiming the spear, step back, flex block heel palm, half fist the throat, left hand in check, and back to stance. Okay, the next technique we're going to look at is called raising the staff. Now raising the staff is there again for a grab. So most likely what's going to happen with the grab, a punch is going to come. So as we're going to do this, there's going to be a lot of things that are going to need to happen at the same time in the first part of this move. But we're going to break it down, but as you get better, try to make it into one complete motion. So as the grab comes on, the first thing we're going to do is step into a soft bow, and we're going to lift that hand up and into horse. Like this. Okay, now remember what we talked about as far as grabs go. The thumb is the weakest part of any grip. So what we want to do is basically that's what we're going to attack. As a grab, we're just going to lift right against that wrist. Right against that thumb. So they're not really going to be able to hang on to you for very long. That and the shoulder can't resist. Okay, you can lock your elbow out, but you can't lock your shoulder out. So we're going to come straight in into a soft bow. This is going to come up as your right hand comes into position. And then at the same time as you drop your elbow, you're going to web hand the throat, grab around the windpipe, and pull out as you drop your elbow onto their chest. So basically you're just going to damage that windpipe and rake right through it and damage it as much as you can, which will make it harder for them to breathe, and then panic will ensue and it'll be easy for you to get away at that point. So as soon as they grab, so let's just talk about this grab. We're going to step in, and that's just talking about the grab. We'll come back to the other parts as we can do this part. So just practice stepping in, coming up, and going down. And we're going to use our drop of our body weight. Don't just drop the elbow, drop that body weight onto that chest. Okay, so from here, remember this is just coming up web handing it. Okay, we're just going to bring that right under the hand. Come up and drop down. Okay, that alone could do a lot of damage. But now we're going to make sure, because there's a block coming, we want to try to block that and intercept it. So at the same time we're doing this, we're going to strike the throat. Okay, so if you break this down into the timing, as the hand comes up, we're striking the throat. This is going to push them back. It'll intercept the arm, and there again, we're hoping we can hit them before they can hit us. You just have to be aware of reach, because obviously they have a bigger reach than you. It may be easier for them to hit you. So you got to be really quick about this particular move and catch them by surprise. So this first move is strike and lift. Okay? So as the hand goes up, you're striking that throat. Then you're going to grab the throat with a tiger's claw. Okay, that's just like a tiger's claw, but we're going to jaw you turn it sideways. And what you're going to do is you're going to wrap that jaw around their windpipe and squeeze. And then as you drop your elbow onto their sternus chest, you're going to pull down and away. And that'll rip on that windpipe and bruise it and irritate it really bad. Okay, so again, from here, strike, grab, drop. And that's for a straight arm wrist grab. And that's called raising the staff usually referring to the arm as we come in, and we're going to drop. And they're two pretty simple techniques, not a lot to them, and they're very effective. So really work on the timing of these, because that's what's important about these techniques to make them work, is the timing. So let's review what we've done. So we now have technique raising the staff, which is what we just learned, which is a straight arm wrist grab. Web hand comes up at the same time we web hand the throat. That's going to catch that arm, lift it up, expose that chest and tighten it up. Then as we drop our elbow onto their chest, we're going to rip our tiger jaw out and away from the windpipe. At the same time, we're going to drop down using a drop of body weight for the power pattern. Okay, so again, 1, 2. Okay, and then we have aiming the spear. There again, if you're Tracy's, you'll need to step in to do this technique. As far as my students go, you'll need to step back with this technique. But otherwise, it's the exact same motion. You're going to step back, forearm strike the wrist as you heel palm the jaw or nose, get that head back, jerking them off balance, half fist to the throat, and back to stance. So we got raising the staff here. We're going to step, grab, or strike I should say, then grab and drop. Okay, again, they grab us. We counter grab, strike the throat, grab the throat, and pull and drop. Okay, then we have aiming the spear. So from here, flex block, heel palm. This heel palm turns into a check or cover, half fist the throat, back to stance. Over on this side, raising the staff, up, using the web of your hand, strike the throat, grab, drop, and yank. Then we have the flex block, so we're going to step back, heel palm, half fist the throat. Okay, that is your next lesson. If you have any questions or comments, please, as always, come back and let me know in the comment section or the chat, and I will be happy to get back to you. All the best. See you in your next lesson.